A contemporary poet once remarked, "For the times, they are a-changing." This statement is an apt indicator of the state of the world today. Swift changes are taking place in our lifestyles, attitudes, and values. It is to study this trend of change that we have embarked upon looking at various transitions taking place in today's commercial world. Are we buying the same products as we did earlier? Are our lifestyles and needs different from before? Are manufacturers meeting consumer needs adequately? Have we become more discerning and choosy as consumers? These and many other such questions are raised in this presentation in an attempt to have a closer look at the changing marketing environment. Time today is precious and has to be carefully utilized to keep up with the fast pace of life. The minimum of space, time, and effort should yield the maximum result. The needs of the urban modern-day middle class have become compact and space-saving. As we see in the case of these multi-storied apartments, everything is constructed in small, compact designs. No longer do we have the luxury of large rooms, high ceilings, and long verandas. Furniture, kitchen appliances, room fittings, etc. have to be fitted into limited areas. The picture of this kitchen illustrates the utility value of modern-day appliances. Gas stoves, ovens, grills, etc. are the need of the day. The age-old chulha would be quite obsolete in this environment. The processing of color prints used to be a time-consuming affair. The entire process used to take over a week's time. The same takes just a few hours, as we can see in this slide showing a computer-operated print processing unit. We are quite used to going to a cloth merchant shop, selecting and buying the fabric of our choice, then going to a tailor and getting our clothes stitched as per our own specification. This tradition of wearing custom-made garments is fast giving way to ready-made garments. A wide range to choose from, quick choice, and you can take home a ready-to-wear garment. In this field of ready-made garments, there are two categories. The first is the brand new, high-class variety of material sold at all the leading outlets. The second category of ready-made garments are those sold from pavements, parks, and small shops, and which do not necessarily possess the same high quality. Pavement selling is a phenomenon which has emerged only in the last few years. The modern consumer is always making an effort to make his habitat as comfortable as possible. The desert cooler, cheap and effective, is completely indigenous in design and technology. For water storage purposes, the old galvanized or tin water tanks are now being replaced by plastic tanks. Also, a lot of plastic products are flooding the market, and the traditional jharoos or brooms are now being replaced by these modern cleaning instruments. Nothing emphasizes the fast pace of life as do the motorized vehicles whizzing past us on the roads. It is estimated that 1 million motorcycles and scooters will be sold this year. Very few people are also aware that the commonest mode of transport in urban India, the bicycle, has over 10 million buyers every year. The number of cars is also increasing steadily. Earlier, we had a handful of motor manufacturers. Now the choice has increased several times over. Public transport like buses, suburban trains, three-wheeler scooters, taxis, etc. have to be constantly on the rise to meet the growing demands of the middle class. It's no wonder that tongas and cycle rickshaws are seldom seen on the roads. A direct offshoot of this fast-paced urban life are the fast food centers. Today, to get a square meal during the day, one has limited time. Nirula's, one of the earliest fast food centers, is a good example of this culture. You queue in for coupons, collect your food from another counter, consume it, and leave as soon as you can to make way for the others. The concept of a relaxed, extended luncheon is fast fading out. In the office environment as well, things are going through a change. No more piles of fading manuscripts and files clutter up the room. At one point of time, this excess paper was threatening to develop into a serious storage problem. Now electronic typewriters, Xerox machines, and even computer terminals are being utilized for smoother management of the receiving and storing of data, as also facilitating other transactions. Fax machines have also started being introduced, and it will not be long before electronic mail becomes a common feature in our country. In today's offices, hackneyed and time-consuming methods are giving way to the electronic age. The computer is now a household name. The multifaceted character of the computer makes it possible for it to perform a variety of functions for people from all walks of life. The office executive uses it for storing and receiving data without indulging in unnecessary paperwork. The stockbroker can use it for his business transactions. The housewife can do her accounting and store other data on a personal computer. A child, apart from it being an instrument of education, a computer also provides fruitful recreation. The computer symbolizes the middle class's transition from paper and pen to the electronic era. The Indian environment is going through social and cultural changes. Influence of the West has resulted in some very unlikely items becoming successful in the market. Items like hamburgers, pizzas, spaghetti, etc., though expensive, get sold off the shelf in no time. Eatables like popcorn, noodles, chips, and chocolates seem to be taking the place of their native brethren like revdi, gajak, and peanuts. New developments in consumer attitudes has brought about corresponding changes in the packaging and marketing of items. We see oils and ghee being packed in polythene bags. Products are being packed in tamper-proof, airtight containers. Soft drinks sold in bottles are now also being sold in Tetra Paks. The Tetra Pak is light and disposable. The advantage of carrying a large number of Tetra Paks as opposed to big crates of soft drink bottles is quite obvious. The Pan Masala concept revolved around making a pleasing mixture of certain masalas and packing it in small portable containers and sachets. Then we come to the single-use product. The sachet contains the exact amount of shampoo required for a one-time usage. Packaging also contains attractive attachments which make the usage of the product more convenient. Here, we have a Nivea bottle with an attractive sprout to facilitate its use and avoid any spillage. And here we see boot polish in liquid form, where we just have to run the soft flannel of the nozzle over the shoe to get an instant shine. With this concentration on packaging for attracting the consumer, advertising of products plays a key role in today's world. This is also a result of a more open-minded populace which keeps its eyes open for new products coming out into the market. As we drive through the city, we see huge billboards advertising one product or another. Considering that the rental of one such billboard runs into tens of thousands of rupees, one can only infer that advertising plays a leading role in the consumer market. Even terraces and balconies of houses are rented out for such hoardings. Advertising in the print and visual media is also at a new height. In spite of steep tariffs that the advertiser has to pay to get coverage, we see an ever-increasing stream of advertisements in newspapers, magazines, television, and cinema halls. All these new trends in product management have brought about a far more sophisticated form of distribution, as this plays an indispensable role in the marketing scheme. In the earlier days, we used to buy wheat and then take it to a flour factory to have it ground. Now flour products are available in branded packages. Earlier, we used to have a gwala take milk out from a cow's udders and deliver it personally from house to house. Now pasteurized milk is available in bottles, polythene bags, and even vending machines. Earlier, we used to have shoemakers manufacturing and selling their own products in small shops. Now we have large companies like Bata and others where shoes are manufactured in factories on a very big scale and marketed through extensive distribution chains throughout the country. We are well used to the vendor of vegetables and fruits, moving from place to place, selling his wares. We are now gradually moving away from these vendors to stationary points where we can purchase our vegetables and fruits. Vendors still operate, but how long this practice will continue is a subject open to debate. The departmental store forms an important part of our life. Here products are kept in various labeled categories for the consumer to go to a particular counter containing several brands of one product and take his pick. This concept of separate counters for individual items has caught on in a big way in other stores as well. For further convenience, one makes the payment at one counter and takes delivery at another. Price tags has facilitated the buying process, as opposed to stores where products are kept away from the consumer and price is not indicated, where the choice becomes limited. Now you can walk around in stores at leisure, inspecting the product's quality and being aware of the price at the same time. Due to tremendous competition in the market, we have a wide range in one product in similar prices. Since the price is not the sole deciding factor, the extensive array of various brands gives the consumer a greater range to select from. Another facet of distribution is that of the specialty shops. Here we have a dealer dealing only in tires of a particular brand like Dunlop, Seat, etc. Similarly, we have a shop selling only Raymond's fabrics. Here we see a shop, Art Ki Pasand, which specializes in the sale of numerous brands of tea. Saris are now known more by their brand than their origin. Here we see sari shops like Roop Saris and Ramchandra Krishnachandra Sari store, whose products are popular primarily due to the brand they carry. Thus, we have briefly discussed the changes that have taken places in the environment, products, packaging, advertising, and distribution. This presentation was not meant to be exhaustive, but a mere indicator towards the topic where a few specific examples were used to illustrate the various points. We found that the old is giving way to the new in today's environment. Modes of transport are increasing with the pace of urban life. And congestion is growing, thus creating a demand for items amenable for such habitat. Due to the fact that the modern consumer spends more money on products and is more choosy about his purchases, increasing consumer orientation has brought about a healthy competition in the market. The products, promotion, packaging, etc. are all going through certain changes to cater to the needs of the urban middle class. The market as a whole is changing. It is changing from a seller's market to a buyer's market.